Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to A1 Money. My name's JJ. I talk all things finance, so let's dive right in. So there's reports that 95% businesses fail within 5 years of starting. So what's the point of starting a business, right? Well, 5% succeed, and if that statistic is correct, then hypothetically if you started 100 businesses, then 5 would be successful and the other would have dropped. But you don't have to start 100 because you would have learned from the first and second, so your next business venture will be a success. Elon Musk has had lots of failure while taking PayPal, SpaceX and Tesla to success. Elon Musk was replaced as a CEO at PayPal, has had 3 major failed SpaceX rocket launches and numerous, significant hiccups in his Tesla line. But look at Elon Musk now, the richest man on the planet. Alibaba's Jack Ma was rejected from Harvard Business School and was the only person not to get the job at his local KFC. But look at Jack Ma, he became the richest man in China. Now, I'm not saying that everyone should become a business owner or entrepreneur or it's cut out for everyone. Like my video on the 9 to 5 is not bad. I completely agree that doing a 9 to 5 job is not bad and is a nice way to make a living. But for this video, let's look at the flip side, the starting a business side. Now let's compare a job and a business. If we compare a job and a business, we might find out that maybe a job is riskier or maybe a business is riskier. So as I said before, 5% of business succeed and around 3% of businesses succeed enough to make their owners rich. That already sounds like a bummer, doesn't it? It's these scary statistics that scare you from trying to start a business. The fact that 95% businesses fail and never succeed makes you question, is it even worth it? But if you change perspective and see it from this way, only 1% to 2% of employees get paid an enormous salary that makes them rich. And I'm talking rich, I'm not talking middle class. And quite a lot of employees live paycheck to paycheck because their wage just about covers their expenses. So if most business fail, then most jobs also fail, so you can have a business that pays you a salary. At least you are working for yourself. You could have a business that makes you rich, but you're more likely to get rich from a business than you are just solely from your salary. 3% is better than 2% and definitely better than 1%. Now, jobs can give you a decent standard of living, which is true, but if you want that limbo money, then most people's salary isn't going to give you that. You are going to have to invest. Check out my Is a 9 to 5 really bad video for more info. But a successful business can give you limbo money. So in this sense, I don't see the difference between the two, just that a business might be a little more stressful at first, but the reward is better. Now, to get a good paying job, you need an education and knowledge and then acquire skills on the job. And to start a successful business, you also need education and knowledge and acquire skills. For this, I would say that a job is the best practice field to perfect your skill and then use it in your business. You can also get a job without a degree, without education, but you most likely will be earning very little. And when I say education, I don't mean a university degree in this instance, I just mean any general knowledge such as being a little bit tech savvy, being good at maths, being able to speak the language of the country that you live in. If lack all these, then you mostly likely will just be doing manual labor jobs which pay very little, or retail jobs which pay very little. And don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing retail jobs. They are great entry-level jobs, but they pay very little, and that's the fact. You can also open a business without having any business knowledge or very little and limited knowledge, and you know what's going to happen. Your business is going to be added to the 95% of businesses that failed, because you will have no clue of what you are doing and of what it takes to build a business from the ground up to it being a successful business. Now, the best education you can get for a business is education that a school will not give you. You need to get yourself hold of various books on business, on systems, on negotiating, on finance, on psychology. You need to watch videos, listen to podcasts, and put all your skill into practice. For this, I would advise to first get a job, as this is the best place to start and practice your skill, and when all this is up to scratch, then it's to start and create a business plan. As the saying goes, fail to plan, then plan to fail. You need to know what your business is about. Who is your target market? How much is your expenses? How much cash reserves do you have? How quickly can you start bringing in cash flow? How are you going to optimize your systems? How to start scaling if you can? Is your business built for scaling, or is it a local business that can't really be scaled? These are all things you need to learn and plan. This will be your education. While if you want get a good job, you will need to go to university/college for 3 to 4 years and study, learn and pass exams. Once you have completed your formal education, now you will have to create an CV and then look for well-paying jobs and apply. Go through the company training and then start earning money, and at first, like most businesses, you will be earning a low amount of money, and gradually, as you become more experienced and acquire more skill and knowledge, your pay will increase until it gets capped, giving you enough money to live a nice, comfortable middle-class lifestyle, unless you are the one to 2% that gets paid very high 6 or 7 figures. Same trajectory for a lot of business. In the first year you will not make that much money, but over the years the revenue will increase, and if it's a local business you might get capped at how much revenue you can make because you just do not have the resource to increase revenue. But if it's a business that you can scale, then there is no cap. You can make as much as billions. You might say, okay, that's cool, Jordan, but you need money to start a business, and you don't need money for a job, and to that you would be right and wrong. What? Let me explain. If you just jump into a job, sure, you don't need money to get that job and start working. True, but if you want a good job that pays you a nice salary, you will have to do what? You will have to go to university/college, and last time I checked, university and college were not free, they were extremely expensive. So even though you might have not had that money in your hands and then directly invested it towards your education, or maybe you did, but for most cases you are in debt of that money. So after 3 to 4 years of studying, where you also need to spend money on books, laptops and other items that is needed for university/college, you will have graduated with a degree and get your certificate, and be in £30,000 plus and $50,000 plus debt, which you will then have to slowly pay back once you are in your job. That money you could have been saving and investing instead of paying your debt. So you do need money to start a good, decent job. Now sure, there are also good paying jobs that you don't need a degree for, which is true. And there are businesses that you can start online, and you do not need money to start. So the same. Now for a brick and mortar business or an online business where you are in touch and control of the inventory, you will need capital to start that business, and you can either put your own money in, crowdfund it, or go to the bank and get a loan. So the same as a job, you need money for both. Now you might say, well, that's all good, but what if my business fails? Well, then your business failed. If got a job, what happens if you get fired? What happens if the company that you are working for goes bust? You're out. What if they have to make you redundant because they are struggling? Yes, same. You might have invested a lot of time and money into your business, and then it failed. Well, you might have invested a lot of time and money, as in getting a degree for your career, to only be made redundant when they needed to save some money. It's the investment of your time and money. When you lose a job, you go out looking for another job, and if the economy is bad, you might not be able to get another job, or you might. If your business fails, then you go start another one, learning from your mistakes and improving it, and this time you might fail again, or you might be successful. In a bad economy such as the economy in 2020 and 2021, because of this pandemic, people first lose their jobs before successful businesses go bust. Because when the revenue of a business falls, they don't close the business, what they do is cut costs, and the first thing is they make some people form their business redundant, and then slow their operations to ride the downturn. Now, having said that, there are some people that are very important and are and still working during a downturn, as people were working during this pandemic, but some businesses were making absolute bank during this pandemic. Now, don't get me wrong, starting a business from scratch all over again is difficult, but you would have learned from your previous mistake, and a smart person will learn and be better for it, and will have a higher chance of succeeding the second time around. It's also hard to start a new job after you have spent years at a company, helping to build it up, for you then be suddenly released. But the difference here is there is nothing for you to learn if you was made redundant. It had nothing to do with you. Obviously, if you got fired, then sure, there's things to learn. Sure, jobs will give you instant money in the form of a salary, but your growth will be linear, and will eventually be capped. While your business at the start will not pay money, you might be losing a little bit of money, but the progress of a successful business is like a compound graph. It will start off slow as it's getting built, and then eventually you will see your business skyrocket, and the amount of money that it pays can be uncapped. So as you can see, there really isn't a difference between the risks of a job and a business. They both need education and knowledge to be successful. They both need money, capital to start. They both can fail. They both can succeed. They both can provide a comfortable life. It's just a job, you get the money up front, but in a business you get the money later, but that amount that you can potentially get will be far more than a job. A job can be less stressful than running a business, or it can actually be more stressful than running a business. This all depends on the job that you are doing and the type of business that you are doing. See, every single risk is there for both a job and a business. It's just that we have been convinced otherwise from a young age because of school. By the way, I have a video about the school system. Check it out, you will find it helpful. In the end, it's like this: a job is a Lamborghini. It looks nice, it's comfortable and goes fast. A business is a Bugatti Chiron. It looks nice, it's comfortable, but it goes twice as fast as the Lamborghini. Both will get you to your destination in comfort and style, but on a long stretch of road the Bugatti will get you there way faster. You can be rich from a job and a business. It's just when a business delivers, it really delivers. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it changed your perspectives on jobs and businesses. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Hit like and subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your day, and until the next video, peace.